the don'ts. These are the things which you shouldn't do in your resume at all. Let's see how much you know about resume. So let's start. Okay. So first of all, when you're giving your resume, it definitely needs to be in one page. So everything about you should be in that one page. That particular one page essentially represents you. So you cannot go and talk to the companies, go and talk to the HRs or the recruitment team. That one page is going to represent who you are as a person and what technical expertise you have. So that's very, very important, one pager. You have to be very careful in writing what is essential. So you have to add all the necessary points, and the ones that are not necessary, you just can ignore them and put it in one page. Now, why is this resume important? For on-campus placements, there are some companies who do resume shortlisting, but when you talk about off-campus placements, that particular resume is only going to decide whether you're going to get the opportunity to go to the second stage or not. So in off-campus placements, it's very, very important, and it's important in on-campus placements also for some companies. Now, what do you need to put in this one page? You cannot say, I like cricket, I like so-and-so things, I like to solve lead code questions. You cannot say all this. You need to tell the important things. So you need to tell what projects you've done, what internships you've done, and in the projects and internships, you have to mention three important things. One is, what have you done? The second is how you did it. What was the tech stack you used? And the third one is, what was the impact you created? You might have written a lot of code, but in case that code in your company wasn't helpful for the company, then that's actually work that was wasted. Your hard work was wasted. So you need to tell the impact also that you created in your internship or in the project that you did. So these three things are very, very important. Then customize your resume according to the job description. So basically, let's say a company comes to your college or you're applying off campus, you get to know what is the company requirement, like what are they expecting from a particular candidate. So based on that job description, you need to edit your resume. So let's just take an example. Maybe say the company said that they need a person who is very good with object-oriented programming concepts. So then you need to showcase where you utilized object-oriented programming in your projects, or did you do a course on object-oriented programming, or was there something in your internship which you used object-oriented programming in? So try to customize it based on the job description and definitely focus on the technical aspects. It's not that you cannot tell the positions of responsibilities that you held, or you can even tell your extracurriculars also, but that should be the last part and just taking some space in your one page. Most of the things should be the technical ones, the projects that you did, the technical proficiency that you have, the internships that you did, and then what are the subjects that you did and what are you very, very strong at. So all the technical aspects should be there in one page. I think you might be knowing these things, but these are some important things that you should definitely keep in mind when you're actually giving your resume to a company, be it on campus placements or be it off campus. Okay, so you definitely have to mention the important subjects, that is the subjects that you're confident at. So basically, you want to mention each and every word in your resume which you're very, very confident at. So in case you just did computer architecture in your college and you just wrote computer architecture, and then someone, the interviewer was actually interested in computer architecture, it was his favorite subject, and they started asking questions on that, then you'll be in a tough spot, right? You are not very familiar with computer architecture and now you're getting questions. And this actually happened with me. So I was giving an internship interview with one of the top companies, and I wrote computer networks there because that was a subject that I did in my college. And also that time COVID had come and I was doing my computer network subject. Since it was online, I did not deal with it much. I did not have a lot of exams, and it went like whatever assignments were given, just seeing here and trying to learn the previous day and doing it. That went on. But I did write computer networks because it is an important subject. Now, when I applied, they saw my resume and they felt that it was good, and then they called me for an interview. Now, the interviewer was basically from a network related team and was very interested in that computer networks part. And they started asking me those questions. Now, I was not able to give the answers. I was trying to, but was not able to because I did not know the right answers. And eventually, I did not get selected in that particular internship. So the catch here is only mention the things that are very, very important and very, very confident. Like you're very, very confident at those particular things. Each and every word in your resume, you should be very familiar with them. So the interviewer can pick one word and then probably just ask you questions on that. Second, be very, very honest. Like, as I told, if you're confident in a particular subject, in a particular language, then only write it. Write only those things that you have done. Because eventually in interviews, things would be asked and you will have to explain those. Now, highlight the keywords like the significance that you created, um, basically the impact that was there for your internship, or these were the tech stacks that you use. So highlight those important things, those technical things, and definitely get the resume reviewed because you made your resume based on your understanding. But definitely the industry experts will have some suggestions, and the like if you give this resume to industry experts, then probably you'll get to know what are the small things that you are missing, and you can improvise your resume and make it better and better. The don'ts, these are the things which you shouldn't do in your resume at all. Grammatical errors, tenses inconsistency. So somewhere you're writing in present tense, somewhere you're writing in past tense. It shouldn't be the case. Now, first person pronouns are definitely not encouraged. I, we, these are not the words that you have to write in your resume. You should, if you built a model, let's say a linear regression model, what you're going to say is built a linear regression model and got an accuracy of so and so, or improvise the accuracy so and so. So it should be in past tense and it should be in third pronoun. Okay, you should have your resume in one font. In one font, obviously you can highlight the keywords, have the headings in a different font size, but everything should be consistent. It shouldn't be that the technical proficiency is in one font and one style and the projects are in another, then the internship is in another. This should not be the case. And you should write each and everything in bullet points. So if you're explaining an internship, as I said, add 3 points. First, what you did. Second, how you did. That's the tech stack. And third is the significance you created. If you need one more point, then add the fourth bullet point. Just put it crisply and whatever is essential, because other things would be discussed in the interview. And also don't write long paragraphs. Have it in bullet points. That would be very good. Okay, so a question for you. So there's a person X, he or she codes in C++, but they also know C and Java. So can you tell which is the right way to write technical proficiency in resume? Is it first, second, third, or fourth? You can just write 1, 2, 3, or 4 in the chat. So yes, the answer is 4. The reason being the first language, that is they're very proficient, that they're the strongest in C++. So the language that you're very, very confident at, put it in the starting. So this should be the order in which you know the languages. So C++ should be first and then followed by C or Java. It could be Java or C also, doesn't matter, but this should be the one. Why not the first one? The reason is here you've written C first. So if the interviewer sees, they'll see that you know C pretty well and they'll start asking questions on C only. Again, just writing C++ tells that you have very limited knowledge. The third one again is C, C++, or Java. The difference between 1 and 3 is that you've added Python here. If you don't know it, why are you adding it? If a person or interviewer is very comfortable with Python, they can ask you Python concepts, right? So let's be truthful and let's write it in according to the confidence level. Yes, add proficiency as per your expertise. Okay, that's great. So graphics is a big no. The reason is this looks unprofessional. The second very important point is when you're applying for a company, let's say you're applying for a MNC or even a small company also, you are not the only one who has applied. There are lots and lots of people. There are hundreds, thousands of people who have applied. Now, the recruiter is not going to see each and every resume. They may, if they can see, but they won't spend more than 30 seconds on your resume. Be it on any candidate's resume, they're not going to spend more than 30 seconds because they don't have so much time to look into every details what you've mentioned in your resume. So again, all those things which are very important should be highlighted and not the graphics and other things. The second thing is, as I told, there are hundreds and thousands of resume. It's a rare possibility that even a human is looking at your resume. It can be a application tracking system. It's a software that is looking at your resume, trying to trying to figure out whether you are a right match or not, depending on the words that you've written in your resume. So if there are too many graphics, then actually the application tracking system just says a big no. Like they just remove that resume. So you probably don't even get to go to the next stage because that's a software. They're not. They're looking at the things. If there's wrong formatting, if there's too many graphics, then automatically that particular software puts you in the discarded list. So that's why graphics are a big no. Okay, so the fonts that are actually ATS compliant, that is, application tracking system is able to detect the fonts. These are the ones, so you can just select one of them. You can also take a good template and then probably prepare your resume based on it.